Welcome back to Bushcraft Evolution. I know it's probably been, I think, 2 weeks since our last video. By the time this one gets edited and out to you guys, it'll be about 2.5 weeks. What I wanted to go over is, I don't want to say it's not on YouTube. It's not something that I find often on YouTube, and that is fall Haversack videos. There are springtime, summertime, winter even, day hike videos, EDC videos. All of that stuff pertains to exactly that. If you go and search on YouTube fall Haversack loadout or autumn Haversack loadout or fall gear loadout, there's not many videos. If you do find videos, the videos don't necessarily say fall or autumn, so you click on it and you find out that it's springtime or summertime or wintertime. It seems like everybody forgets about the fall, which we are right now in currently. It's October 12th, and fall, everybody's favorite time of year. If you're a bushcrafter, survivalist, camper, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is just one of the types of years that everybody loves being out and enjoying what nature has to offer, and no bugs, cooler weather, just a fantastic time to be out. So here's a video based on exactly that. I have not yet seen one of the videos, so I'm going to put one together just based on what I do, what I use, what I have experienced in the past of not having that I wish I had, and things that I use during the spring and summer that I don't necessarily need for fall. Or winter obviously is not going to be haversack as much as it's going to be haversack and or a rucksack, backpack, whatever you're carrying. So these are just the contents of one idea of what to carry. I mean, along with that, I carry my canteen kit, of course, where I've got my first aid and fire kit, plus water, food, snacks, electrolyte things. We won't go over the contents of this just because I've done a couple videos on that already and nothing has changed. All I do is replenish fat wood if I used it, or my man-made or homemade fire pucks, just like you see with Self-Reliance Outfitters. So we won't go over the contents of this. If you want to see that, there are videos for that. So we're just going to go over what I would carry in the fall. First off, this is the Blackbird Haversack, the original Blackbird 1. This one was made from by Campcraft Outdoors with Jason. So this is the original Blackbird. What I carry in here is pretty much what I would carry any other time as far as what I would sleep with, or as emergency shelters, like I've shown in the past. That's what's in here as an emergency shelter, because it's got that reflective back to it, so it can keep you warm. So I'm just going to show what I've got in here, and then I'll go over some other options of other things to have along with, and then we'll go over, as you can see, a new shelf has been added because I was running out of room with these two little shelves here. So I've got a lot more to show and more options for this or the Blackbird knapsack. So let me get this put back down and switch the camera angle, and we'll just dive right into it. Okay, so I had to switch angles a little bit and switch to a different tripod. That tripod just didn't like it. So we're going to get into this. This top flap in the Blackbird Haversack, most of you know, does come with a zipper, but because I carry that Self-Reliance canteen kit that I put together with the additional pouches added to it, I can carry most everything if it's not on my belt or pockets. Rather than keeping it up here, I can carry it in that, and it just makes it a lot easier to have everything all together instead of here, pockets there. I carry the bulk of it in that now. However, day hikes, scouting missions, whatever doesn't require having all this extra gear. I will carry just the haversack, so I could put fire making stuff up here and whatever. So anyway, let's just get into it. So we're going to get into ground cover. This is a 5x7 tarp from Walmart. I believe it's one of their Ozark Trail ones. Wendell from Prepared Wanderer featured one of these on his channel once, and I was skeptical because it was Walmart and didn't think that their stuff was that great. However, this has been in several videos, some of our outdoor adventure videos that we've been on, the Bushcraft shelter that we will be returning to soon. This was actually the ground cloth that we used for that. So this would be one layer underneath you to keep you off the ground for fall nights that are cold. So this would be an option to carry in the haversack because it is small, compact, and folds up. We'll just toss that aside. Of course, my Climate Static V air mattress or sleeping pad or whatever you want to call it. I would obviously use this as well, more of a comfort, because I do have other options. I have, you know, wool blanket I can lay on. I have sleeping bag liner I can lay on. Sleeping bag, which I have right here, which is small enough and packable that I could stick it in a haversack if I wanted to. However, this does have the webbing on the bottom, so I would just take a couple of straps and attach this to the bottom like that. Same with the knapsack. If I didn't stick it on the inside, I could stick it to the outside. So this would definitely be another layer between you and the ground. So first the tarp, then this sleeping bag if need be, wool blanket if need be, multiple layers to keep you up off the ground, because fall time does call for more moisture in the ground and more rainfall, so there's reasons to be off the ground, plus the creepy crawlers. Also in here I carry my survivor pouch that I did, or savior pouch, sorry, that I did feature in another video. Have not yet done a review on that, but it does have my Opinel. It has a flint and steel Bic lighter back here, extra cordage here, emergency poncho, emergency shelter if I need that, compass, knot tying guide, it's always in here, huge hunk of fat wood right there. So that type of stuff is always on me, on top of the fire kit that I have down there. It's all about redundance. So anyway, this isn't necessarily a fall item. This is a all year item, and one of the newest additions to our kit. So then of course we have the emergency blanket back here. Like I said, these really come in handy, especially if you're a person who doesn't have the means of affording, you know, those big, here I'll show you one option. This one isn't one of the expensive ones, however, a tarp, a huge waterproof tarp. This is an 8x6. You could easily make an A-frame tent out of this. You could do a Baker style tent with a couple of these. This is one of the ones from Harbor Freight, but these are all reinforced grommets. Even along the sides they have the triangles, like you can see here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they do have the triangle reinforcements on the pieces here. You can see right there's a triangle. So these work very well. They're easy to waterproof. There are tons of videos out there on doing that. The Townsends have a video, maybe Coal Cracker. Anyway, there's tons of videos on tarps. These are just a lot heavier, a lot more cumbersome, and being that it's fall and winter, you're already going to have a lot of heavy equipment. Not necessarily heavy to most people, but you know, you have to have those comforts of warmth, shelter, food, all of your provisions that you need to be out during the fall time, winter time camping. So anyway, back to this. It's the emergency style shelters that we've talked about in previous videos. All of us have one. We all carry one in our haversack, so we have about 4 or 5 of these. These are really great for fall time, especially winter time. If you just have to put up a quick shelter, you've got this reflective side that you want to face inward toward you and where you're sleeping, with a fire on the outside to get that convection like an oven to keep you warm, on top of your multiple layers to keep you up off the ground, so that you stay warm, dry, and comfortable during the fall time. So that is what I carry in the haversack if I'm going out for my fall trips. I mean, like I said, we've got the tarp over there and sleeping bags and stuff that we would stick in the Nighthawk haversack, or Nighthawk knapsack here. And with this one, I have fastened a couple of straps to this so that I can very easily take an axe. This one, of course, does not have a sheath, so I would not take this one. I do have several others, but this is just showing an option for carry. I have my Norland, or my Fiskars here, the X7 series, but I've got the wooden handle one I have shown before. This is the Norden N7. So I put an easy buckle up here so that you can fit any size axe or hatchet in there and snap it down. And this one up here, or down here, is Velcro, and it can go in between any of these straps here to accommodate any size hatchet or axe. So another aftermarket accessory or modification that I've made to this knapsack. We can even go as small as my Condor mini hatchet, which is really tiny, but still these straps will hold anything I put on here. I can go as big as, you know, a big huge 16-18 inch axe or hatchet, all the way up to a tomahawk size, whatever you're going to need for the woods. The only thing that I wouldn't strap to these would be my silky, because I keep my silky inside, more so for protection reasons. I don't want to really expose this to too much weather, other than, you know, your initial use, you know, felling your trees, sawing up your trees, whatever you're doing for your firewood. If I don't carry that one, I carry this Wyoming axe that comes with 2 different types of blades. If you can see that, the handle comes apart and then the rest of it is here, so it all can be taken down and reassembled in the field and can be packed away in both the haversack or the knapsack. As you can see right here, it would fit in there just fine. Both this haversack 1 and haversack 2 by Blackie. I've even got some smaller foreign made ones from Poland and other places. So basically that's what I would normally typically carry. I don't ever carry that tarp that you saw me bring out. That would be for if I'm using somebody's property and I know that I've got the time and I'm not parked far away. I can carry those heavier, more cumbersome items. However, I'll bring you in for a close-up and go through each one of these shelves now and show you some more options for fall camping. Really, it's just tents and other sleeping elements like wool blankets, your sleeping bag liners, hammocks. I've got 2 different hammocks up here. Speaking of warmth, I do have some coffee here. and that is delightful. We've got trekking poles over here. Instead of bringing you in, I'm just going to talk. So I got 2 sets of trekking poles here, mainly because of my one Tiger's tent here, because when you do set this up, this is the Backwoods Bungalow 2.0. When you set this up, it's got the 2 ends on it that give it the tent A-frame shape, and on the ends of that are 2 grommets, and you can use trekking poles inverted, upside down, or sticks, or tie a ridge line and tie the top of the tent off to that. But that's really what I use the trekking poles for. If I'm going to be on long hikes back in this corner back here, I've got several walking sticks, but several options to get out there. There's really no excuse to not get out. You just have to make yourself comfortable and pack the right gear. I want to get this camera flipped back up on me here in just a second, and I will bring you back and we'll discuss some more options or what have you. So hang on just a second. Okay, so we're back up. Like I said, I've got some walking sticks back here that I use to go trekking with. I've got the trekking poles that I rarely use except for the tent. But I've got my Blackbird #2 here, which is a great product. I don't care what you say. It's a great product. Just kidding. So there's other backpacks for the fall. I've got my gosh, like this is all bags. This is all bags. This is bags. This gets into sleeping components like tents, wool blanket, sleeping bag liner, 2 hammocks, more tents at the bottom, more let me tilt this in a little bit. Nah, not going to work. More sleeping bags, just lots and lots of gear, and most of that, for the most part, I would use for the fall. Springtime, I may use some of that stuff. Summertime, definitely not going to be using much of a tent. I would be using more of the emergency shelters or tarps, you know, just to keep you from being in the sun, and if it rains, whatever. But for the most part, those are months where you want to sleep under the stars, get that fresh air, that type of deal. But like I said, for fall, there's really not much out there for videos, and I've noticed, I've been looking, I've been scouring for the last couple of weeks. I was like, I want to do a video about fall haversacks, loadouts. I've seen the springtime ones, I've seen the summer ones, I've seen some winter ones, but it seems like fall's kind of skipped over. Ones that look like it's going to be a fall one, because you see the leaves in the background, those happen to be late fall, early winter, or springtime where the leaves just didn't fall off the tree. So they're kind of deceiving. So wanted to get something out there that discusses some fall. But other things we could talk about is, I mean, your fire starting. You have to have tons and tons of fire starting. I'll go over some of the fire starting that I've got. I mean, I've got the mini infernos from Self-Reliance Outfitters, but I also have my own in a beard gunk when I used to grow my beard out because I thought I was manly. But anyway, I use that tin for ones that I made, and I can kind of give you a side by side so you can see they're really not much different. This is theirs, this one's mine. Very, very similar. So I do carry those, and I do keep enough of these to replenish my own stock. But I keep theirs in there because, I mean, I do want to support them. They are a good company. They have some good product. I mean, I've got that thing, and it's just the best thing ever. So other fire starting methods is I got from Walmart, Zippo brand. They have fire starting tabs, tablets, basically. You just rip this little thing, looks like toilet paper, rip it up a little bit, and get your fibers showing, and then it comes with just a striker, no fluid, none of that stuff. I have Uco Storm matches, of course. That comes with a little bit of cotton in the lid, comes with an extra striker in case yours gets ruined. Tons of matches in there. More to come from the Uco brand. Wink, wink. We have the zip fire starting, I don't know what you want to call them, cubes, blocks. You light the whole package, the whole thing is the fire starter. So carry one of those in there. Of course, I have my trusty Firefast with that huge magnesium rod with the fire starter attached. This thing I've done a review on. This is the Trekker, and these things are amazing. If you didn't see that video, you should check it out. We did do a giveaway on that when we hit 150 subscribers. Now we're sitting at 219 as of this video. So thank you very much. Also have a pocket bellows. Yes, it's slightly larger than ones that you would see for most people, but this one has been customized with a leather sleeve basically, and it's quite a bit longer. So always carry the pocket bellows as well. So as you can see, there's multiple ways to start a fire. As they say, there's multiple ways to skin a cat. There's multiple ways to start a fire. Have the other kit that I showed you in the Savior pack that I carry that has the flashlight, or not the flashlight, the Bic lighter, the fat wood. Speaking of fat wood, another small tin, the one that I got from the Townsends when we went on that road trip. I keep already some small pieces of fat wood in there. I have another tin over there that has the shavings in it. That thing is so full I didn't even want to open it, but it just has shavings of fat wood. So multiple ways to start a fire, very important. Fire, fire, fire. We will say that 100 times in bushcraft videos, not just me, but others. Fire is very important. Water is very important, so I do have this canteen that's always stocked full of water when we're out. Not only am I stocked full of water, but my daughters, if they're with me, they have their own water, so we have an overabundance of water. And if you saw in our last video of the new property that we're going to be using, there's natural springs there, so if we do run out of water, we do have natural spring water, and we have our own filtration system, which is back there on that copper mug. You probably see the blue sticking up right there. That's the Sawyer filtration kit. That's the cheap bag that people say isn't worth the darn. But that's the whole kit right there. So we do have ways to filter water. We've got shelter. We've got our cutting tools for processing down wood, making kindling. We have our various axe hatchet options. We've got just 3 out of the probably 50 some. We'll probably do a video on those sometime soon. We have our takeaway buck saw. We have our take down, tear apart, whatever. We have our silky. We have all sorts of saws. We have lots of cutting materials, so we always have tons of cordage. I've got the extra cordage in the bag. I always carry my number 36 bank line. I also have number 12 bank line, which is a lot smaller in diameter as far as the line is concerned. However, this works great, especially when you need to do like Prusiks for your ridge lines. These smaller ones work really, really well, just as well as the 36. These, I think, this size, I think, bite into the ridge line a lot better. So, more on that later video. Of course, we have cooking, tons of cooking stuff here, more water up there. We've got our meals up there. Another one of those Alfredo Ready-Wise meals that Madison and I just really loved. So, I mean, fall is all about being prepared for the weather. Just as much as summer, spring, winter, all the other Haversack videos that you can find out there. It's all about comfort. It's all about knowing where you're at, where you're going to be, letting the people know around you where you're going to be, just in case something happens, they don't hear from you. Make sure wherever you go, you have some cell service. Make sure you always have backup chargers. I have a big power bank in my camera bag that I carry. So lots of things to be prepared, and not much different other than the gear you carry. So this is the same for everything: winter, spring, summer, now fall. Depending on what I carry, I have the big knapsack, or I have my choice of Blackbird 2, Blackbird 1. You can't see it, it's off camera here, hanging right there. I believe that's my Polish military bag. I have backpack, small backpack, another backpack, big, huge, like hiking style backpack, Campcraft Haversack as well as the Blackbird one. I have the military butt pack, which you have seen in other videos. I'll just leave that down here. So it's just all about what you need to carry, what comfort levels you need, who's going to be with you, whether it's 1 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 7 days, whatever the amount, pack for at least 1 or 2 more. So for instance, if it's 1 day, pack for 3. If it's 3, pack for 5. If it's for a week, pack for like a week and a half. Just make sure you have all of those, for lack of a better phrase, your I's dotted, your T's crossed. Pack extra socks. If it's going to be a chilly night, have some thermal underwear or something to wear underneath your clothes. Have a clean change of clothes. I wear glasses, so I'll never be changing into contacts, so that's not something to worry about for me. Just make sure you're packing for the weather. Fall, like I said, is everybody's favorite time to camp. It's certainly one of my favorite times, and you saw basically a rough loadout of what I would carry as far as bedding or sleeping, shelter, how to start the fires, what to carry for axes, saws. Not only do I carry this knife, but I carry the Ranger in my kit down there. If you don't know what that is, I'll bring it out just to show you once. The one that Sean Kelly featured on his channel before. As soon as I saw it, I jumped on it, bought it, and I always have that with me. So there's always the redundancy for saws, knives, axes, cutting materials, fire starting, water filtration, shelters, food options. You have to have several options. Like I've got up there, I've always got bars in the self-reliance kit there, so there's always something. I've got my titanium stove back here in this pouch, so lots and lots of redundancy. Those are the types of things, though, the redundant items are what you would carry over from season to season. Those typically don't change. Either you're adding more to it or you're taking away because you don't need all of it or you need more of it. Like for instance, wintertime, when that's coming up, you have to have multiple ways of starting fires because sometimes it's too cold for, you know, certain things to work. like lighters, for instance. Your sparker could work still on it, but then you're cold, you're freezing, trying to get a fire started, so it's better to have multiple ways to start fires in the winter. For fall, usually it's just a small fire that you just maintain throughout the night and just keep yourself at the level you want. If it's still decent enough outside, you don't need a raging fire, then just keep it minimal. Shelter, like I said, we could do the emergency shelter that I showed you. We've got the big tarp we could use. If it's still decent enough outside, you can sleep under the stars, weather permitting. No bugs, luckily, so there's no more of the thermocells or bug spray or any of that other garbage. So, long-winded, I know, but I wanted to get a video out. I wanted to get a fall Haversack loadout video out. I don't know what this is going to be titled, but something along those lines. So if you liked it and you made it this far and you have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and leave comments below. Please like, please subscribe. We're still trying to grow our channel. We've got some affiliate programs coming up that we're going to be a part of, and I would love, myself and my daughters would love to have input from you guys and your continued support. And thanks to all those who have subscribed and comment on every video. It means a lot to us. It makes us feel like we are needed and wanted on YouTube. And I guess until the next time you see me or the girls, get out there.